groceries actually arrived last night and I forgot to film them. I think because I'm planning on cooking in a bit of a different way this week, so I didn't think about it. I'll just show you quickly what I bought in there. There's green beans, red peppers, celery, leeks, there's some courgettes down here as well, and also some sweet corn. The rest of the stuff I hadn't unpacked, so it's a little bit easier to show you. So I bought carrots, new potatoes, this one which is boneless chicken thigh fillet in a Mexican tortilla coating, and this actually had really good reviews on the website, and it looks like there's quite a few big pieces in there, so I think that'll do us for a couple of meals. This was on the 3 for 10. So you can see I've kind of gone for an easy cook theme this week, and I've also, this one was on 3 for 10, pork scallops with a Gruyere and mustard crust, easy to cook. Again, another one, this is chicken breasts and they're in a pepper sauce, lemon and pepper. So they're pretty much ready to go, these meals, they just need like heating. Sticky duck, so there's 2 duck legs in there. And then in this other pile I've got lardons, braised steak. This was another 3 for 10, this one. Sausages and meatballs. So with the sausages, the braised steak and the meatballs, that was the other 3 for 10. And then I also got chicken wings. 1 can of Amy's soup. This is the mushroom one. We did have this before and it was really good. And then I got 3 cans of these cannellini, 3 cans of these chickpeas because they were on buy 2 get 1 free, and 3 packets of the passata. So I had to put all these all away in the cupboard as well. So I just got these ones out to show you. And then a big Hellmann's mayonnaise. This came to £54.79, and I think that's everything. I also got these onions and a bag of sweet potatoes. If there is anything else that I missed out, I'll let you know as we go along. From Wilkinson's, I then picked up 2 packets of these foil roasting trays, and there's 3 of these in each pack. And a packet of the medium freezer bags. I find these quite large and it's enough to store a meal for 2 people in. So I have done my meal planning a bit differently this month. I'm planning on prepping everything right now for the next 2 weeks. This shopping that I've got here I think will only last for 2 weeks. You know, actually I'm going to label up these bags before I prep any more of the veg. My plan this week has really just been born out of, I don't know if I'd say laziness, I've been in a bit of a funk. I just haven't felt, it's not so much I haven't felt like cooking, but just the clean up afterwards seems such a chore. So I thought I would just have an afternoon now and get everything prepped for a couple of weeks, and then every evening it'll just be easy. I'll just take something out of the freezer and bung it in the oven. Most of these are 1 pot cooking, so then I'll have 1 pot or 1 tray and a couple of plates to wash up, and it's just gonna give me a bit more time and make things easiness, I guess. I just want everything to be hassle-free for a little while. So there are a few of these dishes that are going to get courgettes put into them. Those chicken and lemon are going to have courgettes. The pork is going to have courgettes. So these ones in the trays are basically just going to be like roast vegetables. And then the whole lot can just go in the oven for 25 minutes or whatever the cooking time is on the meat, and it'll all cook up together. So these ones that I'm putting in bags, I'm just chopping them up a little bit smaller, the pieces of courgette. They'll go a bit further and they're going to match kind of a similar size to the other pieces that are in the bags. So I'm also putting a handful of the diced courgettes into the vegetable chili bag. And the last handful goes into the chicken and mushroom. The chicken for this I have already got frozen, so when I take it out to cook it I will just need to remember to take the chicken out. I might even put a note on to remind myself to do that. So I'm also splitting up the new potatoes, but for these to cook in 25 minutes I probably want to cut them in half. But the ones that are going on the beef stew, I've just left those whole because that's going to be a long and low slow cook thing. So these potatoes I've actually sliced into quarters. And I've put a couple of handfuls of those into each one. This final one is going to be for a sausage bake, which I'm going to put cannellini beans in, so I'm not putting any potatoes into there. 1.5 of these onions are going to go into the trays, and the other 1.5 I'm going to slice more finely and fry those. The chicken and mushroom and the sausage casserole I have in leek. Doing this a bit of an odd way, to be doing it vegetable by vegetable. I just find it easier to have all the dishes out at once. than chop everything up and prep it. That's a bit much leek in there. But it just depends what works best for you. I will put all the instructions underneath. And the things that are being cooked slow cooker style, as opposed to just going in a tray, they can be a bit chunkier because they're going to be in the oven for much longer. So time to share out the carrots. So 2 of these are done now, and these are my easy cook lemon chicken breasts, and this is the pork. When you're ready to go, you just bake this tray in the oven now. Before you start it off, you might want a little bit of oil in there, but it's pretty much good to go. I'm only putting 8 of the sausages in here, which is going to leave me 4 left over, which will be fine for like a fried breakfast. I think 4 of these chipolata sausages each is plenty anyway. Also into the sausages I'm putting a jar of passata, and then I've just refilled this jar up to the top of the label with water. Let's just move that because I don't want it going everywhere. Now that seems like quite a lot, but I'm putting the beans in as well, and I need there to be enough liquid to cook those veg, which, remember, especially the carrots, they're quite hard. And then in go the cannellini beans. Now this was something I missed off the grocery haul part of this video. I also brought a tub of paprika and a little bit of garlic salt. Give that all a good stir. So get it really mixed in. You don't want the paprika just on the beans. And that's another dish done. I've also just sliced up the sweet corn for these next 2 trays. I haven't really done the most even of jobs of slicing those up. And this is to go with the chicken, which is in a coating, so you get 4 pieces of this. And these are going with sweet potatoes, so I'll put 2 sweet potatoes. So then when we eat these, we'll have a piece of corn, some chicken and some sweet potato. I've also chopped up some smaller sweet potato to go with the duck. The duck was the one that I had the most trouble kind of adapting to go for like a freezer ready meal. I know rice does freeze, but I just don't think it's that much of an effort. I can manage to still make rice. So I thought these would be quite sweet, like with the carrots as well. So that's this chicken one done. I'm also putting a peeled sweet potato into the vegetable chilli bag. Next up is green beans, so I'm laying these under where the duck will go. You want them to be covered because they will just dry out in the oven. So this is the duck. It is actually already in a tray, which makes it quite suitable for roasting. I'll give it a bit of a chance to spread out a bit more in this one. And it also comes with a sweet chilli. And it also comes with a sweet chilli sauce. Well, I'm just going to pop that in there so I remember to put it on when I come to roast it. And then the rest of the green beans I'm splitting between the chicken and mushroom. And the vegetable chilli. Okay, let's get finished up with the chicken and mushroom. As I said, the chicken for this is in the freezer, but you would just add 200 to 250 grams of diced chicken breast. And I'm also adding a handful of these bacon lardons. Quite a decent handful. The rest's going to go in with the beef. And then also the can of mushroom soup. That kind of gives you your base. It's really thick, this is. It's not a condensed one, but it is super thick. I'm going to add some more water to it. So I'm just adding another half can of water to it. It also helps clean out all the bits out of that can. And the last thing for this one is Italian seasoning. There's still some more chopping to do, so this time it's celery. I suppose you could put celery in the chicken and mushroom if you wanted. You know what? All of the vegetables will go in any of the dishes. Vegetables, they're versatile like that. So 2 sticks of celery for the vegetable chilli and 1 for the beef stew. I've got here 3 red peppers, so it's roughly 1 into the vegetable chilli. And then we're starting a couple more bags here. It's the meatballs, so they get about 1 each as well. I think we can finish up this vegetable chilli now. So a can of chickpeas, a jar of of passata, and then this jar is going to be refilled with water too. Then you need to add some chilies, or it's really just a vegetable stew, and I'm also going to add paprika and Italian herb. I've just fried up the 1.5 onions that I had left over, so they were diced a little bit smaller, and I'm just leaving those to cool now because they'll melt the plastic bags if I put them straight in. While I'm waiting on those to cool, I'll do the chicken wings. These ones are really easy. I don't even know if it's worth prepping them at this stage. It takes so little time to do. But I'm just putting the chicken wings into a bag. And into there I'm adding a big tablespoon of honey, a drizzle of olive oil, about a tablespoon as well of soy sauce, a sprinkle of garlic salt, and a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. And then you just mix that all around so the chicken wings get coated, and you kind of want them to be coated before they freeze. These ones I would probably serve with just some crusty bread. Obviously on their own they're not really enough of a meal. Maybe a light salad too. And there's 2 packets of these meatballs, so 10 meatballs into each one. We've already got the peppers in there. Then a jar of passata and plenty of Italian herb in this one. Really makes it tasty. I'm not putting any liquid in just now because I want this to be quite a thick sauce, but when you're cooking it you may need to add a little bit, so just keep an eye on it. And you also want to make the pasta to go with this on the night, so it does require a little bit of prep, this one. And the last thing in here is a spoonful of the fried onions. You can get away with not frying the onions, but it just gives it so much more depth of flavour if you do, and it's quite a simple step. I wouldn't miss it out. We're really getting there now, guys, nearly done. So putting in the rest of the fried onions into the beef stew bag, a half teaspoon of Lebanese 7 spice. If you can't get a hold of that, it's a nice mix of cumin and cinnamon. Just look it up and put what you have got. I'm also putting in a beef stock cube, the rest of the lardons, 400 grams of stewing steak. Oh, I also added black pepper to this one. This is actually the tomato jar that I used for the meatballs, so I had 2 of them. I filled it up just a little bit and tossed it into the next jar, and it's actually given me quite a thick bit of juice there, so I'm going to put that in here. And then another 2 of these I'm going to do of water, because when you cook this you need a lot of liquid in it to cook those potatoes and carrots, which are very hard. And here are my trays all laid out. The hardest part really is finding space for them in the freezer. One of these we will eat tonight. So then I've got my bags here. I'm still holding on to this one because I'm worried about it leaking. So we've got beef stew, we've got 2 meatballs and pasta, the chicken wings, the chicken and mushroom, and the veg chilli at the back. So that's 12 meals in total, which have taken just over an hour to prep. Watch out for my what I ate video, and I'll be cooking all of these and you can see how they cook up. Thanks for watching, guys. So this is it all plated up. I cut it open just to check the chicken was done. I think this could be a bit crispier. It's not that crispy,